In the past couple of years, I felt like I was carrying an invisible weight every single day. No matter what I did, nothing seemed to work, and I wanted to quit everything. But then I realized it was not my dreams or goals I needed to quit. It was the destructive habits and old patterns holding me back. Quitting the right things is what saved me, and it can save you too. Let me show you how. You see, many of us face uncertainty and doubt when we work hard for something that we truly want. And when the results don't show up, it's easy to feel defeated. It's easy to think, what's the point of it? Should I just give up? But you are not alone in this feeling. I have felt this way too. I was also in the same situation where I felt so let down after putting in so much work, so many hours, and all I wanted was to quit, to give up on my dreams. I poured my energy into everything I thought would get me closer to my goals, but it felt like my energy was going nowhere. But I knew no matter how hard it gets, I will never give up because that's who I am. I would rather die trying than give up on what I want to achieve. That's always been my mindset because in the end, it won't matter if you achieve your dreams or if you don't achieve your dreams. What will matter is that you won't have the regret that you did not put up a good fight, that you quit early. And you can adopt this mindset too because giving your all, even though things are tough, means you will never look back with regret, thinking that what if you have tried, what if you have not quit so early. After so many failed attempts, I finally took a moment to look back on my life and think, what is actually going wrong here? And that's when I realized before making any changes to your outer reality, your job, your relationships, your goals, you need to start with something deeper, your inner world. Because if you keep thinking the same thoughts, feeling the same emotions, and holding on to the same beliefs, how can you expect something different to show up in your outer reality? It's like planting the same old seeds in your garden and expecting a new kind of fruit to just magically grow in. You might also have weeds in your garden, just like I did. These weeds are the destructive habits you might keep going back to, even though you want to change. These weeds can show up in so many ways. For example, constantly analyzing every decision, imagining the worst case scenarios. It might feel like you're trying to protect yourself, but all it will lead to is anxiety, indecision, and just wasted energy on things that are not even true yet. The second thing is self doubt. It is the voice in your head saying that you are not good enough. Staying in relationships or around people who drain you emotionally. At first, you might not even realize it, but after spending time with them, you feel mentally exhausted and drained just being near them. And just like weeds, these habits will keep growing, stealing the energy you could use to plant something better, something new that actually aligns with what you want in life. Your mind is like a garden. The weeds represent old habits, fears, and doubts that might have once served you, but they no longer serve you and they are not really relevant to your life right now. But the good news is that you can plant new seeds. Small habits can grow into something beautiful over time. But first, you need to remove the old weeds that no longer align with you. For me personally, I started planting seeds of gratitude, self discipline, and self care. And you can do this too. Replace overthinking with small actions, replace self doubt with belief in yourself, and start distancing yourself from draining relationships and trust that the right people will find you when the time is right. Change does not start with the external world. Real change begins inside you. Your thoughts, habits, and belief create the foundation for everything else. So, what is the solution? It is very simple. Start by quitting the things that no longer serve you and take a moment to identify one thing, just one thing that is holding you back. Maybe it is a bad habit, a toxic relationship, or even a mindset that does not support your growth. Don't try to change everything at once. Take one habit at a time and remove one weed and plant a new seed in place of that weed, and slowly your garden will transform. Don't frustrate yourself by trying to quit too many things at once. Focus on just one thing and change and stay consistent with it. Right now, write down one thing you want to quit today, then decide on one small habit you can start to replace it. So, for example, for me, I quit watching new movies whenever I felt bored because that is the habit that I recognized that was holding me back, and I replaced it with something positive for my growth. And it was about reading books that expand my knowledge. So, you can identify and do the same thing with your habit. Just identify one habit and replace it with something new and positive. So, now you know why you should quit. But after quitting and replacing it with something productive, the next step is to actually stack these good habits on top of each other. And to know how to do that, you can click here and I will see you there.